Hey guys, this is Basketball Star 1130. I'm back with my 2020-2021 NFL predictions. Today we are starting the AFC North with the Baltimore Ravens, so let's get started. So a little background about the Baltimore Ravens, as we always do here before we get started. Obviously, they have an explosive offense with Lamar Jackson at quarterback, a great running back room of starter Mark Ingram, and then Gus Edwards, Justice Hill, and they drafted J.K. Dobbins this year in the third or fourth round, I think. Third round, I think it was. And they have Marquise Brown as their star wide receiver, and Miles Boykin, who I think will break out this year. He didn't really have a good year last year, but I think he'll break out. And they obviously have Mark Andrews and Nick Boyle as a two tight end set. Mark Andrews broke out last year, 10 touchdowns, 822 receiving yards. So they traded away Hayden Hurst, who was already old coming into the league at 25 years old, but they traded him to the Falcons because the Falcons needed a tight end since Austin Hooper left in free agency to the Browns. But yeah, so the Ravens offense will be explosive this year. And onto the Ravens defense. Their secondary is pretty good. They have good cornerback depth. They have Earl Thomas at safety. They have Marlon Humphrey at cornerback. They have Jimmy Smith at cornerback, I think it is. Yeah, they had Jimmy Smith, a cornerback who's getting older, getting up there in age, but he's still productive, in my opinion. And they have Marcus Peters at cornerback. So that cornerback duo of Marcus Peters and Marlon Humphrey is really good. That secondary is maybe one of the best in the NFL, if not the best in the NFL. I would rival it with either the Patriots or Bills, mainly the Bills. But yeah, so if you're, and then on the defensive line, they obviously have some good pieces. They drafted linebacker Patrick Queen, who's an absolute stud, in my opinion, from LSU. He obviously won the national championship. He's everywhere. Sometimes he goes too fast and he misses tackles, but he's good, in my opinion. And they drafted Jalen Ferguson in the third round last year from, what was it? Boise State. Yeah, Jalen Ferguson from Boise. I don't think it was Boise State either. I think it was like L.A. Tech or something, Louisiana Tech. I'll have to look on that. But Jalen Ferguson, the third round last year from Louisiana Tech. So yeah, they got nice, good pieces. If you're a Ravens fan, you have to be disappointed on the playoff loss. Thing is, they lost the Titans because the Titans were just dominant because they have Derrick Henry. Obviously, Derrick Henry ran all over that Ravens defense. But Lamar Jackson didn't even have that bad of a game. Yes, he had 2 interceptions in the first half, but he threw for 400 yards and 2 touchdowns, so it wasn't his fault. But Lamar Jackson's 0-2 in the postseason now, so we'll see how he comes back from that devastating, heartbreaking loss. But, so yeah, that's a little recap of the Baltimore Ravens heading into the season. So let's get started with the actual record predictions here. So versus Browns here, because the Ravens are home, I will pick the Ravens. So Ravens are 1-0. I don't believe in Baker Mayfield. I was watching Get Up. I wasn't watching Get Up this morning, but I saw a highlight posted to YouTube on the ESPN channel. You should watch that, by the way. They have a lot of great stuff in there, but I like First Take is my favorite show on ESPN. But with Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman and Molly Quorum. But anyway, so on Get Up, who was it? I think Dominique Foxworth or Damien. No, it was Damien Woody. Damien Woody, former NFL player. I forgot what position he played, but Damien Woody said if Baker Mayfield flops this year and has another bad year and he doesn't get back on track, he could be receiving the Mitchell Trubisky treatment, which means he could be sidelined next offseason. They could get another quarterback, just like the Bears traded for Nick Foles. So, yeah, obviously the Browns have a multitude of weapons, but they don't utilize them as well as they should be. They all didn't mesh last year in that Myles Garrett situation. The Browns are a dirty team, in my opinion. So, yeah, but the Ravens start 1-0, so they get a home win there. Next, at Texans. This is closer than people might think, but I'm going to say the Ravens win. Ravens are 2-0. That Texans secondary is awful, in my opinion. They lost Bradley Roby to the Broncos 2 years. No, wait. Bradley Roby came to them, but that's their best. If Bradley Roby's your best secondary piece, your best cornerback, then there's a problem because Bradley Roby is average at best, in my opinion. People overrate him, in my opinion. But yeah, the Ravens win here 2-0. Deshaun Watson is going to miss DeAndre Hopkins because he went to the Cardinals to join Kyler Murray and Larry Fitzgerald with DeAndre Hopkins and Kenyon Drake. So, yeah, the Texans' offensive line is still growing, too. They drafted Titus Howard 2 years ago. Yeah, they drafted Titus Howard last year in the 2019 NFL draft in the first round. So, So we'll see how that develops, but he's going to miss DeAndre Hopkins. It's hard to say, but Will Fuller is going to have to step up, and Kenny Stills. But sorry to say, it's unfortunate, but Will Fuller will get hurt because he gets hurt like every year. He was maybe the best college wide receiver of all time in Notre Dame, but he just keeps getting hurt. So yeah, and the Ravens defense, I think, will be able to contain Deshaun Watson. And I don't think. Sorry, I'm blanking here. I don't think that, so the Ravens, sorry about that. The Ravens defense will be able to contain Deshaun Watson, and the Ravens secondary will be able to contain their wide receivers, Will Fuller and Kenny Stills. And they have a tight end, Darren Fells, who isn't even that good. People overhype him as well. Next, versus Chiefs. Who won last year? I think it was the Chiefs. It was in Baltimore, too, wasn't it? Or was it in Kansas City? I don't know what it is in Baltimore and Kansas City, but the Chiefs won. Yeah, it was in Kansas City. The Chiefs won last year. So I'm going to say the Ravens win here, though, just because they're home. So the Ravens start hot. They're 3-0. I think the Ravens secondary will be able to contain Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman, who's a great draft pick for Andy Reid and company. And, but they have a lot of speed on that team. And Sammy Watkins, and they had Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Damian Williams. So, but the Ravens beat them, and they start 3-0. Next, at Redskins. If you saw my Redskins video yesterday, we finished up the NFC East. If you saw my Redskins video, even though the Redskins are home, I had the Ravens winning, so the Ravens go to 4-0. Like I said in that video, Redskins record prediction video yesterday, I do not believe in Dwayne Haskins whatsoever, even Daniel Jones for that matter, even though he's on the Giants. That's not related, but I don't believe in either of them, but I don't believe. That Redskins offense isn't good, and that Ravens defense is next level. Secondary is amazing, so the Ravens start 4-0 here. They're looking really good. Next versus Bengals, I think this will be a blowout. The Ravens are home. Ravens are 5-0. Maybe if the Bengals are home, this could be a sneaky upset win for if the Bengals are home. But since the Ravens are home, I'm picking the Ravens. Sorry about this, guys. I just have to up the brightness here. The Ravens are home. I think the Ravens win, so they start 5-0. At Eagles, if they lose this one, it's not going to matter that much because it's NFC. But I think they'll have to travel across country, they'll have to travel across country from Baltimore to Pennsylvania. And I think the Ravens suffer their first loss of the season here, so they go to 5-1. I think this will be a low-scoring game because both defenses are good. But the Ravens secondary is way better than the Eagles secondary, and their offense. Well, their offense might not be better, but I just think this might not be an upset, but the Ravens suffer their first loss of the year here, so they go to 5-1, still looking really good though. Next versus Steelers, just because the Ravens are home, I'm gonna say the Ravens win, so the Ravens go to 6-1. Big Ben Roethlisberger, Big Ben Roethlisberger is coming back this year, and James Conner and Juju Smith-Schuster is coming back this year from injury last year. So they could outperform expectations, but I think the Ravens win here, so they go to 6-1. If the Steelers were home, I would pick the Steelers for sure, and they always play each other tough, whoever's home. I think the Ravens win just because they're home 6-1. Next bye week, next at Colts. I think the Colts pull off an upset here. Philip Rivers will lead the Colts to victory here, so the Ravens suffer their second loss of the season. They go to 6-2. Next at Patriots. Now that the Patriots have Cam Newton, and now that the Patriots are home, it's really hard to play in Gillette Stadium. But I think. Okay, I had the Ravens winning this. I think when I did my Patriots video like 2 weeks ago, I forgot. Yeah, I had the Ravens winning this, but now that the Patriots signed Cam Newton, now that the Patriots... Hold on, what's going on here? Now that the Patriots signed Cam Newton, I think the Patriots will win 6-3. So the Ravens suffer their first 2-loss streak of the season. Next versus Titans. I think the Ravens will win here. The Ravens will avenge. It's a rematch of the divisional round playoff game. So the Ravens move to 7-3 in the year. They'll be able to contain Derrick Henry, maybe not fully, but slow him down at least. Next at Steelers, like I said, I think they'll split. Steelers will win their home game. So I think the Ravens lose here. So the Ravens will go to 7-4. Sorry, I did just the brightness again. So next versus Cowboys. I think the Ravens win here. If the Cowboys are home, I would pick the Cowboys. Home field advantage is Baltimore has a good home field advantage. It's not the best, but they have a good home field advantage. So I think they go to 8-4. Next at Browns, the NFC North teams seem, even the Bengals seem to play each other tough all the time. So I think the Browns win here. Yeah, since the Browns are home. If the Ravens were home, I would pick the Browns, but they split, so they go to 8-5 here. Next versus Jaguars, this will be a blowout. I don't believe Gardner Minshew exceeded expectations last year, but this will be a blowout, so they go to 9-5. Next versus Giants, I think this will be another blowout. Ravens go to 10-5, and at Bengals, I think the Ravens lose here, so the Ravens finish 10-6 in the year. So to recap, they split with the Steelers. The Ravens split with the Steelers home and away, split with the Bengals home and away, and split with the Browns home and away. So the AFC North always plays each other tough. So yeah, tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Baltimore Ravens go 10-6. This is Basketball Star 1130. Bye.